Father in heaven, tonight we come to you, Father, with heavy hearts, Father, as we ask prayer for the Stanley family, Father, and the fire department, and all the other departments in the city, Father, is dealing with this loss. Father, we ask you to guide us, Father, and direct us in your business tonight, Father. We do it your will. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Mr. Whittaker, take your turn to pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. All right. In your packets, you should have the minutes from August 20th, 2024. Make that motion. We have a motion for those to be approved as written. We have a second.
I have a question on it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass down a couple of little typo type things, but it has in here that Mr. Westerfield tendered his resignation effective September 1st. I have in my notes it was August 31st.
Well, he told me September 1st, so I just went by that. I can change that, though.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that makes any kind of difference in terms of his retirement and pay and things like that. Well, that's the reason I asked that request.
Okay, I'll fix that.
Could you pass
Finance.
that down?
Got it.
That's the only, and then some small minor things.
Okay. Any other corrections? Do we approve the minutes as corrected by Councilman Drive? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes. Committee reports. Start the right side here. We got.
None for the fire department.
All right.
You know, they got
For humane.
Mr. Pelcher scrambling over there. You missed it for a minute.
We, police department, we have our upcoming softball tournament in Indian Park on September the 5th. And all those proceeds will go to.
October 5th.
That's what I meant. I was seeing you guys are paying attention, very good job. October the 5th, excuse me, I stand corrected. And all those proceeds go to Shop with the Cop. And so we hope that everybody would come out and support us on that. It's a good time and everybody enjoys that. And that's pretty much all I have for the police department.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Minutes.
So quick. Couple of things. So our numbers, Jan sent us the numbers today. All our numbers are slightly down for the month of July. Not drastic changes, but they're all down. I don't have a comparison to last year as far as numbers, but you all got the report in front of you. While ago we had a finance meeting. A couple of things to point out that we have a couple of CDs coming up that they mature this month. One is at Unico Bank, which is the transportation tax CD number 6061. It matures on September the 12th. Current balance is $509,778.63. According to Gerald, there'll be about $400,000 in asphalt work, and it starts on September the 9th. The Finance Committee recommends that we cash in that CD at Unico Bank and transfer the funds to Southern Bank to a platinum account that will, so the funds will be available to use, but they will earn some interest at 4.21%. The other CD is the Southern Bank, the city revenue, CD number 7241. It matures on September the 27th. Current balance is $300,000 plus the interest of $7,689.45. The Finance Committee recommends that the interest be transferred to the Southern Bank Platinum account to be available for the City Awards banquet in December. So I'll make that in the form of a motion for those two CDs.
I'll second that. And unless you all really have a question on what he just said, I'm not gonna repeat it.
No, unless you want mine.
Yeah, no, we'll have a discussion though for it.
Okay, Gerald, have we heard anything more about the September 9th start, or are they gonna push that back?
Even if it's pushed back, it comes up for immature,
Okay, so
so
we
we need to do it, otherwise
Yeah.
it'll
We
automatically
have no bill.
renew, and then we won't have that option to cash it in.
That makes
So it's best to cash it in, have the funds available, instead of where's Jan? How much were we drawing? 5.05, we're gonna drop down to 4.21,
So that might-
but the money will be available at any time,
Perfect, great.
if that answers your question.
Yes, it does.
We have two projects outstanding at the moment, what we discussed, and that's. Any other questions or comments on the proposal? Seeing as not any, all in favor of the proposal, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, it passes.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Jill? We have, Jackson is done now, right, Gerald?
Yep.
Except for the sidewalk, and they've agreed to postpone that until after the fall and the arts festival, so the street will be clear. I already talked to the chief about making sure they're kind of do a drive-by every once in a while, make sure their equipment is taken care of. Then we're not sure, we might have a delay on the beginning of the asphalt work. September 9th, there was a discussion about they might have some other major project they have to get, but then they'll get us this year. Have you heard anything more on that?
No, the guy I talked to that finalized all the paperwork, he didn't know anything about that.
Okay.
As far as I know, tonight, they should be good.
All right.
How late is the plant open for asphalt?
Weather.
Depends on the weather, I guess.
They got till December 3rd, or
Over.
October 31st. They should be finished up, but that gives them like 8 weeks.
Okay.
They felt sure anyway that they can get it no matter what,
Okay.
so they should be getting taken care of. And do you have anything else, Gerald?
That'd be it.
I'd like to welcome Gerald to the hot seat.
Yep. No name tag yet.
Pray like it that way. It's under the radar.
I'd like to thank Gerald and them, they started mowing on Buffalo Ditch, that looks real
Oh, yeah.
nice. And I'd like to thank y'all for
Yeah.
that.
City Hall.
City Hall today too.
Yep.
Thanks.
Just as it's looked at all the time.
It is, very much. I think, Gerald, I don't think you mind me mentioning this, or allow me to mention it. We had a little discussion, and he's gonna concentrate on the cleanness of Kennett. And then we're gonna look at stormwater, videoing and mapping our storm drains and cleaning them out with the vac truck. That's our, right, Gerald?
Yep.
That's our two big emphasis at the moment. Of course, if there's an emergency street break or what have you, they'll come together and take care of it, but
Did we get the piece in for the vac truck then?
Nope.
They're gonna be able to get it for us, so?
Yeah, the elbow's ordered, and now I got a probably electrical issue, maybe a box. We've had one burn out before. They're supposed to come down and look at it and see.
we found a check for it, so it's been,
Yeah, it'll be here and
And
it'll last.
it's a reinforced part, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
that
special.
elbow's reinforced. They say we'll never need another one. So we're gonna hold them to it.
And the check's in the mail.
And the check's in the mail.
$4,500.
Yeah.
okay, we'll move on to the next subject. Anything from the department heads? Why? Okay, we'll move on in. You have anything for the?
Me?
Okay. Yeah, Christian.
For the Chamber of Commerce, we received an application from Kennett's Department for city tourism tax funds for the Shop with the Cop softball tournament. And that amount was $800. The requested amount per the application would fund the hiring of umpires for the tournament. After the committee reviewed the application, it's a recommendation to not fund this request for the following reason. The application fails to include a marketing plan to show how the event will draw in out-of-state visitors who will spend money in Kennett. Also note, the reason for this is more so that this is stipulated that it only pays for advertisement, meaning billboards, newspapers, rather than event costs. Like you said, it's a great event. We'd like to support it. But that's the recommendation. Ultimately, it is up to the council to decide.
Unless there's a motion for it, we'll just consider that recommendation final.
Okay.
Thank you. Anything else? Any good news?
one of the biggest tourism weekends of the year is coming up.
A month, yeah, a big month.
Yep, Fallen Arts, Cruisers Car Show this Saturday. Going out and support them both, it'll be a good time.
Got the fair, and you got the photography folks gonna be here, so it's a big month.
Yeah, we'll have a whole lot coming up.
And
Um,
Saturday
We'll be
night's
busy.
the concert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At least, yes.
Yeah,
I'll give you a little, if you like, at the end of the meeting here, or toward the end, I'd like for you to
Oh, sure.
bring it all.
and almost forgot about that, the Missouri Photo Workshop will be coming into town, group out of Mizzou. That will be the week of the adult fair as well, but there will be a welcome event on Sunday, the 22nd, at Downtown Bistro. Everyone's welcome to that. They'd like to hear from the public, you know, leaders in town, for story ideas and good stories that they can tell about Kennett. The Saturday of the fair, they'll be set at the fire station #2, an exhibit of their photos. There'll be 40 photographers, and they each have 400 pictures to kind of tell their story. So,
And these people are from all over the world.
yeah.
It's National Geographic, New York Times folks, it's big name folks. So, thank you, sir. All right. The partner, Kimberly, would you wanna?
I'm Cameron Parker, under state representative, and so I had brought 3 U.S. flags and then 1 Missouri flag. I had talked to the mayor earlier this year, and he said that there may be a need at the fire department or some other places, and so I just wanted to bring these down to the city council meeting, and also wanted to just say hello to everybody, and thank you guys for all your hard work, and Mayor for we're in contact quite often about issues, so but here these are,
All right.
so I'll deliver these.
Thank you, ma'am.
If y'all need anything.
got here.
Oh,
Make it official.
yeah. If y'all need anything, let me know.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
We appreciate the hard work for the, especially the hospital funding. That's,
Yep.
that puts us $5 million ahead
Yes.
where we were this time last year, so
Full steam ahead, for sure.
thank you very much. Okay, we'll move into, now, I've got the table, the unfinished item A business, under advisement from Mr. McVeigh. He's gonna look at a couple of things and we'll bring that back next meeting.
Okay.
New business. In your packet that's been sent or on your desk, there's a fundraising policy that was put together. Primarily what I get from it is, any fundraising just needs to be brought to the council and let you all be aware of the activities. That way, if you're asked in public, you know what's being raised. Jan put this information together. Anything else I'm missing out of this?
Basically, Mr. McVeigh has reviewed it. It does not change the way things are done at all, as far as shop with a cop or the animal control. People want to make donations. It just clarifies that that money will be used for the designated purpose. And if for some reason that changes, we have to contact the donor and say, hey, do they want their money back, or that we need a letter of acceptance that they agree to the change of purpose. But the rest of it, I would like to say I wrote all this, but I did not. I used other websites, city websites that had the same thing, and I thought I'd written forever, and I sent it to Terry, and he said, that's a good start. So, Lord, we want to get this approved, and that'll help us have some guidelines that we can provide to the public to show. One of the reasons for this, I was asked, why now? Once you sit down with state auditors, then they say, what's your policy on this? What's your procedure on this? Where are the minutes for this? Where do you show that this was approved? Well, we'll have a fundraising policy. So,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Good job.
Do we have any questions on this?
Motion,
Huh?
motion,
Yeah. we got a
motion is written.
Yeah. Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Okay.
So, let's use humane for example. Ideal. So, donations, fundraisers are two different things, understand. right?
Correct, but this would cover, I guess it says fundraising, so where it defines a gift or donation. So donation/fundraising, we can change the name of that. So it'd be the same thing if it's something that's donated or something is, we do a fundraiser.
So, like if we get 5 pallets of dog food at Walmart, we don't have to wait 30 days to go get it, we can go get it right then. But we have to report within 30 days, right, that she got it,
I think reporting it,
report it.
reporting it, yes, yeah.
Like an event, like if you're
Oh,
doing
it's
a,
just an event.
Primarily events, that's why it's really one free.
But donate, especially pretty much an ongoing donation,
Okay,
and just report it.
okay,
That's the main thing.
that was fun.
That's getting information to the information to you all as a council.
so, oh, I'm sorry, Tina, I'm just gonna say like the Delta Fair, we do a fundraiser.
But we have like so many like random schools will do a fundraiser in school, and we don't know about it until they're finished. It's usually like,
Well, if you're just accepting a check, I don't
well,
think
it's not
that's,
necessarily checks. I mean, it'll be like dog food, it'll be, and like we do as a whole, the car show,
Mhm.
they raise money for the humane department, but they use it to buy dog food, but they don't buy it immediately because we don't need it. We have nowhere to put it. So we just tell them when we need it, and then they go buy a pallet. So, I mean, that's not gonna be, like, I don't know how we're gonna, I can't report we got it when we didn't.
Well,
report it when
it's received, when it's actually donated.
But it says 30 days from like the fundraiser.
Okay. organized fundraisers, that's not somebody else's fundraiser.
Yeah, that's a fundraiser that the city
So
is
it's only the ones
involved in.
that I do?
Mhm.
I just wanna
Yes.
make sure. I mean, like if I
if you're going out
organize it-
asking for money, the council, you need to let the council know that I like to go out and raise money for X, Y, Z.
Okay, does this also, I wanna know, does it affect our wish list, like on Amazon? Because if we need something on Amazon, we just post on our wish list and people see it and they send it.
Well, that needs to be reported 30 days from the time you receive it. That's pretty much what they're saying. That,
Well, I would say,
Then
no,
we
I say
don't-
with the wish list or anything like that, just report it when you do it.
When you
I mean,
receive it.
when you make the request, when you post a wish list on Amazon, report that you've done that, because that's really a city.
But I mean, I have to do that before I do it, because sometimes we just do it, like, we need something right then, like special formulas for special dog food.
Well,
Or can I just report to Kevin? I mean,
no, I think you report it to the county, well, I've reported through your committee, and report it when you do it. When you're going to post something on, when the city is requesting money, then you report that prior to the request. But if it's obviously if it's an emergency and it's something you need right then, you do it then. I mean, there's exigent circumstances for anything. And
because I mean, we don't usually post unless it is something that's an emergency, that's what I'm saying.
well,
With the vetting,
start doing that.
with the vetting, like, if something comes in, we post it that they can donate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have time to wait till next council meeting for something that is,
If it's an emergency, just let it, let everybody know. Let the council know what you've done.
Let Kevin know. and
Or let the committee know, let your committee know.
But you clarified my question, that's all I was wanting to know.
Any other questions? Ms.
Yeah,
Bell?
I need a clarification, and I have 2 questions. On page 2, under undesignated, designated gifts, the last paragraph says that any funds will be used in support of the area of greatest need. Is that across any department, Jan, or does it have to say the greatest need in, like, if it was donated to police or to fire or to humane?
If something's reported, if something is donated to the police, it has to be used for the police.
Okay, okay. That's,
And what this is saying, I think, basically is, okay, so I make a donation to animal and Tina no longer needs it, but there is a need in the police department. We need to contact that donor to say, okay, we appreciate your donation, we no longer have a need for it here, will you allow us to use it here? Because it says, you know, is no longer able to approve or decline to send. So our first step would say to the donor, is it acceptable for another use? And they may say, no, that's not acceptable, you keep it where it is. If they say, sure, use it wherever it's needed most. If you can't get that answer, Terry, then,
Put it back.
yeah, that'd be the best thing, give it back.
And that's probably gonna be the least used
yeah.
provision of that entire policy, because I don't think there's going to be any department's going to say they don't need the money.
And then I had a question about, you know, the funds, the donations that are received, do they go into our general revenue accounts, or do they go into, which accounts do they go in, and do we need to include that in here?
They are deposited into the specific account for which they are designated. So that's why, if you all remember, I'm sorry, fine. We opened up separate accounts for Shop with a Cop and SRT, Animal already has their foundation account, so that we could easily track. And so everybody, whether it's cash or whatever kind of donation, all donations go to those particular funds. Tina does that. And then that way we can have an idea, and then they pay, like, for instance, Shop with a Cop, all donations go into the Shop with a Cop account, and all expenses are paid for that account. So we've got a real clear track record there of money in, money out.
And my last question.
Kenny, you got a question?
Yes.
Mr. Isaac, for
No,
that.
no, go ahead and finish that
Okay.
topic, sorry.
Okay, coming up this week, we got a guy that's gonna go around and do calendar sales for the, or sell ads for the police department calendar. The money we get from that goes toward our Shop with a Cop. I've already committed to this guy and told him we were gonna do it. I didn't know about this policy, so do I need to wait 30 days to let him start, or what do we need to do here? I don't wanna be in violation of policy. He comes up this week and gets a letter from me to take to potential businesses to get that calendar ads.
I mean, we can make an exemption to it.
Well, I mean.
Well,
you
Dennis and I
started
talked
that
about this,
before the policy
what,
was-
a couple months ago? His schedule, this guy's schedule is now getting to where he can come to Kennett and start working here.
So it was pre-scheduled.
Yeah, it's already started.
You started
Prior
that
to
before the
policy.
policy was out.
But I just didn't want this to come up, him be going to businesses, and some of you guys get calls saying, well, he violated policy.
But it's a good thing for everybody to know, especially like in the clerk's office where we get phone calls all the time about things, to say, hey, yes, that is legit,
Right.
you know. And then you can report after he gets done, like 30 days to report.
And that's a good idea for businesses to know as well, if we
Yes.
announce it.
But that's gonna be the purpose of the letter, let him carry with him, guys, that we do support this, the police department does support this.
Personally, I get a lot of phone calls that say
Right.
for the Kennett Fire Department, Police Department, but we don't know which one's legit and which one's not.
Right.
That's what happened to me last year. I got a phone
I've
call.
done it a few
I went
times.
to Kennett Police Department, and it
Yeah.
actually was this calendar. It might not have been the same fella, but
Yeah,
it's a calendar.
yeah, we're not using that guy anymore.
And he's like, I was like, well, really? You're from the KPD? Well, who are you?
Yeah.
What's your, what, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It happened to me,
Yeah.
that's why I said it's best to announce it before, so
Yes,
businesses
I
know as
agree.
well that somebody will be calling them.
about.
Right.
Well, what Kenny just asked, what about the done there? We don't have 30 days.
It's already going. It's already started. So,
So it's like if we pass this, this is the,
this says any new events need to be coordinated with council. Y'all good with that?
my last question was, in some of the initial discussions about this policy, it was that people who have a uniform would not be soliciting in uniform. And I don't see that in here, and I don't know if that's something that we wanted to maintain. It was in some of the initial discussions. I guess that would be in the section about gift solicitation, maybe.
I can see that being a,
Yeah, so
Good
you
point.
wouldn't want Kenny going around with the guys soliciting for the calendars and asking for money. Right.
see that being a good point.
And we discussed that. We I'm not gonna allow that.
I think it'd be good to add into the
Or our
policy.
own officers or police and
Right.
fire and everybody, because it could be viewed as intimidation.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not that that would
Right.
ever be the intent, but it could be a perception.
I think we can add that to it.
Sure. I have whatever you want.
If you decide to go forward with a motion, we can amend that.
I'll amend the motion, to include that.
Okay? You got that noted?
I will.
Okay, any more discussion? Good points, good questions? Let's move forward with the vote. All in favor of the policy, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Who seconded it?
Over there, I think. Mr. Bryant, did you second that, or
I
Mr.
believe
White?
you did.
Did?
I believe you did.
Just not sure, but.
He did now.
It's okay, so, we're on item B, gambling machines. I can't recall who brought that up and wanted on the agenda, so,
Make a motion to table that.
okay, we have a motion to table.
I second that too.
All right, with that item be tabled, comes to the bid opening process. We have a bid, looks like one bid from the clerk's office, that's all we received. It's for 806 Ballard Street. We'll open it from Jack of all trades. The bid amount, and I got proof of insurance, and I've got a bid amount of $5,305. And this is the property that we acquired over on Ballard Street. They are to make this lot a level dirt lot when it's all said and done. All the vegetation, fencing, housing structures will all be removed. But the bid is for $5,305.80. Hauled off and disposed of property. Do you all feel inclined to move with this motion?
I'll make a motion, and we will be happy to see that building gone out of Ward 1.
We have a motion, I think Mr. Brown shaking his head again for a second. Okay. All right, discussion.
Beginning when?
Doesn't have a start date, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be, you have a, since you are you have a anticipated start date.
Whenever you want it gone.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Let's get it
Well,
done.
you gotta put more time in.
Well, we have to go call 811 first.
All right.
You got to vote on it first, you're right.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor of approving the bid for $5,300, I've got a minute, my mouse, sorry. For $5,305.80, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? First of many, I hope.
Yeah.
So, that passes.
Do you want to talk about
Yes, I wrote it down here.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Phelps,
Yes,
why don't you take this one over for a
I
little bit?
do, I'd like to bring Sergeant Bailey in with SRT. He has some stuff that he would, like to talk about on our SRT team.
There he is.
Just looks pretty all day long.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Good.
Good.
Hey there. Those of you that don't know me, my name is David Bailey. Been with Kennett Police Department 14 years. I oversee the department special response team. Basically came in here tonight. First of all, thank you guys for helping us out with funding. It's already been put to use. We've already got some classes going. We've got some equipment ordered that we're still needing to get, and so it's going to be served well. Got one of my guys coming in here in just a second, but right, this Officer Brewer. He's one of the team members. So this is our uniform that we wear when we get called out to do these call outs, whether we're doing search warrants or whatever the case may be. So this is our outfit. So
How many team leaders do you have?
how many
How
what?
many team members do you have?
I think we've got 9 police officers and 2 paramedics. So 11 total.
Train monthly, is that correct?
Yes, we train every month.
And those carry out search warrants? And you carry out the warrants of all types?
Yes, sir.
Mutual aid?
yeah, search warrants or, and, mutual aid. We get, any other agency that needs our assistance, whether it's in the city